Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. We finished the winter break, we've been away for a little bit, it's time to get back and carry on with the journey. Since you were last with us, we've not been on a great run of form. Mostly draws, we've had a couple of losses in amongst there, been knocked out the Papa John's Trophy, we're still in the FA Cup. League position's not actually too bad, we're 8th, so it's not been the end of the world. Players are starting to come back from injury. Tete's just played his first game in the last match, so he's just got to build match fitness. And then we should be looking to maybe kick on and push up the table a little bit. I think top of the league's probably beyond our reach now as we approach halfway through the season. But certainly a playoff position's not beyond us, so that's what we'll be looking to do. So stay tuned this episode. We'll have a league game followed by an FA Cup second round match, and we will see if we can win both matches. So stay tuned. Welcome back then. Starting lineup for today's match. In a home match against Carlisle in the league, we've got Savin in goals. We've got a back four of Morris, Mitchell, Dodds and Nilsson. Hondermark comes in at the holding midfield role. Francois and Haygarth just in front. Got Frondorf out on the left, Chadwick out on the right, and Atete as he builds match fitness coming in up front. So we will get straight through to the starting lineup, into the team talk. Got to try and G them up. The last match out was against second place Exeter. We managed to get a 0-0 draw. By no means was it a magnificent spectacle for the fans. It wasn't very exciting, but again, we just need to keep picking up points where we can. We've had a couple draws against teams near the top of the league, but we've been following that up with draws against teams near the bottom, which isn't ideal. I'd almost rather lose the games against those near the top and win the ones down the bottom, because it would yield us far more points. That being said, into the game we go. Home advantage. Not on the worst bit of form we've ever been in, but we really need to pick up and get things going. 15 minutes in, Carlisle with the bulk of the possession. They got the ball from the corner, unable to create anything of significance. And we'll just push this on. We'll keep, and again, I don't know why it's doing this. No one's told me yet in the comments. This keeps defaulting back to my opposition in certain matches, and it's starting to do my head in, because it takes me a few minutes in the game to figure out that I'm actually looking at the stats for the wrong team. So I need to keep that sorted out. There must be a setting somewhere where I can set it up to me permanently. And as we say that, Mampala's got a goal for Carlisle and put them in front. So our poor form seems to be continuing. Carlisle have had the bulk of the possession. We can't really get out of our own half or create anything of our own. So they look to create a second 2-0 down midway through the first half. And it's going to take a lot to recover us from this. Half an hour into the game, already thinking about what changes we could make. I don't really want to take the mentality down a notch, because we need to get back into the game. Frondorf's having a bit of a stinker, so we'll get him off and get Cannoneer out for a bit of pace on the left-hand side. We have got just under an hour to recover this as we see Chadwick down, nursing some form of injury, but again Carlisle with a throwing down the left-hand side. And Mampala puts them 3-0 up, so this is an unwelcome return to the matches on camera as we look to damage limitation what is turning out to be an absolute hammering. Long ball up top, we managed to get our foot on it. Can we create a chance of our own? No, we've given it straight back. And our kind of passing play that we had early on in the season hasn't really been working of late. We did have, when Hondermark went out injured, we did kind of dip in form a little bit. We kind of looked like we were picking up and recovering, but we were unable to do anything of significance. Atete breaks through the back line and he gets one back just coming up towards half time. I don't think we're going to be able to pull it back anything significant, but we will do our best. Putting some instructions to Mark Mampala. Casper Nilsson's picked up the injury on the right hand side, so pass comes in. As we just get into half time, try and find some words of encouragement to get them back out in the second half and put in a much better performance, because that's nothing like we've been of late, and it doesn't really tell the whole story about how our season's been. It has been a bit of a mixed bag, but we've been by no means a walkover for anybody. So we're playing for pride now in this second half. Put out a shout there just to encourage him a little bit. Chadwick off for the final change of the half. That's all 3 substitutions used. And now it's just a case of seeing if in this last half hour the players can do themselves proud. It's not looking particularly great. Don't know why it's not made that change either. As Carlisle get the 4th, and all hopes of kind of coming back into this game's faded away now. I'm a bit resigned to the fact that this game's got beyond us. I think it's unlikely we score 3 goals in the last 25 minutes. Pass down the right hand side. Again, we've got the ball for a little bit of a play. It'd be nice for us to get a chance of some sort going on. Oh, a bit of hesitation from the keeper there. Perhaps should have done better and got a second goal of the game, but wasn't to be. Dodd's not had a great game at the back. And I think this is just going to be a game we have to chalk up to a bad day in the office, get through it, maybe look at what we can do to strengthen the January transfer window. There's not a lot of money in the kitty. We're over the wage budget, and I think it's a case of seeing out the season. We've hit a little bit of a wall, but it's not anything that we can't overcome. Last 10 minutes then, 4-1 down. And that clock can't go quick enough. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever experienced an absolute hammering like this. Thought they were going to make it 5 there. It is demoralising. He's got to find a way to pick it up and get back going again. As we all know, morale's key in Football Manager. So we've got to find a way to turn all them sad red faces and get them green, get morale high again, and get them back out for a game as soon as possible. So a 4-1 defeat, it's going to impact us in the league. It's going to push us further away from them playoff spots and damage morale. So it's going to take a little bit of recovery, but I'm sure we can do it. We've got the players for it, and I certainly believe we've got the squad to get us in the playoffs. So it's a blip, but nothing more. I'll click through and get us ready for the FA Cup second round game. Stay tuned, and I will see you shortly. And welcome back for the FA Cup game, second round against Newport County. Again, we've got the home advantage. Hopefully we can put in a better performance than last match. We've made a few changes, most notably Dodd's coming out of the back 4. So start lineup is Savin in goals, Morris, Mitchell, Nelson and Nilsson make up the back 4. Pass Kirby and Hondermark in the middle of the park. Hondermark moving slightly forwards. Cannonier and Jones playing in the wide roles, and then Etete as he rebuilds his fitness coming in up front. We'll get into the match. They've had a right rollicking since the last match. I let them know in no uncertain terms that we're not happy with the kind of performance of the last match. So what we need to do now is go out there and put in a performance worthy of Accrington Stanley. Playing in red today. Let's see what my little tablet thing's going to do. Is it going to be Accrington or Newport? Let's see. It's always a surprise. I've still not been in settings to have a look at it, but I'm sure Newport's going to pop up here any minute just to really cheese me off. As Etete makes an early chance down the right hand side, Jones breaks into the box. Has a chance, but he fired wide just before a minute into the game. But there we go. Look, it's us. It's got the right stats up. What a refreshing change. Maybe our luck's turn. Maybe that's what it was. It was the touchline tablet on the wrong team, and we should have won 4-1, not been beat 4-1. Yeah. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense, but we'll see. As we get 10 minutes into the game, we've had the shots, but again, XG of 0.08. Again, not another neutral's dream of a game. This dropped down to a positive mentality from the attacking one we previously had, just to try and keep a little bit tighter at the back end of the pitch. The goal kick comes in. Newport have the ball, plays it over the top. We get it back to the keeper. It looks like they're going to build another chance as they play through the back 4. Rounds the keeper, just tucks it in the bottom corner. So again, not a great start to the match. 14 minutes in, a goal down. as we try and create something. But again, as we break forward, we're very quickly broken down and they get on the break. Playing around the edge of our area. Again, another chance, but it's gone over this time. So something's not quite right. I think it's probably the middle of the park area where we're breaking down, because we tend to be losing the ball in that final third when we're trying to play the killer ball through. So there's a disconnect somewhere between the upper end of the midfield and the wingers. We're not getting the ball where it's supposed to go. We'll just let it play out a little bit till half time. Cannoneer not having a great game down the left hand side, and Frondorf was brought in from Liverpool to kind of play in that position, but he's not been on great form either. And I'm not quite sure that's his actual best position. Kirby with the ball into Cannoneer, then a chance to bend one into the far corner, but he just gets it a little bit wrong and pushes out for a goal kick. A little bit more promising. Chance for us to get a highlight in, but again, we're not dominating in the way I think we should. I'm going to go into attacking just before half time. See if we can get a leveler just as we go in there to make the team talk a little bit more pivotal. We can get their heads down and ours up just as we go in at the break. It'd be nice, but again, half time 0-0. So not a great performance. We will give them an absolute rollicking again. Didn't really work and it didn't pay off last time, but again, I think it's a case of just letting them know that that's not good enough. We'll get out there, we'll get forward, we'll go a little bit more attack in this second half. See if we can just get level first, see how the game goes, if the impetus can swing. Don't think there's anyone stand out for a substitution just yet. But again, Atete's not getting the number of chances I'd like him to get him to convert and get us back on level pegging. Task for Francois. Don't think it's the right change. To come into the final 25 minutes. Had a better second half. But again, we've not really created anything clear cut. A lot of average performances. We've got Patrick Jones is playing all right on the right hand side, but without really asserting himself on the game. Again, another high potential player. I think this is a season of growth. We brought in a lot of high potential players. It's a case of getting them experience, letting their current ability grow a little bit. I mean, it might be next season we put a real push into the league as Nilsson comes down the right hand side. Paskin Kirby switches it over to the left hand side. In it goes to Atete, but he can't get the shot past the keeper. 10 minutes to go then. We will go very attacking for the final 10 minutes. As it's do or die. We either get an equaliser or we're knocked out the cup. It's that Newport on the ball, unless we can get it and create a counter, or straight through our back four. Again round the keeper, and it's a bit of a disaster really. Tete comes off, Haygarth goes on. And I think there's some tactical work to do before the next match, because we can't go many more games conceding the goals the way we are. Aussies traps into the final 4 minutes, so we've pushed ourselves out of the playoffs and dumped ourselves out of the cup in 2 very quick matches. A great way to start the new year. Again, from those watching, if you can see anything obvious I'm doing that might be a cause for the dip in form, or might be just counterproductive to the formations of playing, please feel free to put it in the comment section and we'll maybe try it out and see if we can get a few better results. Otherwise, it's back to the drawing board, tweak of the formation. Certainly something's changed, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Might have to do a couple player shuffles in the January transfer window, but that would mean letting a couple players go out. As you can see there, board request meeting to discuss manager's future, so they're not happy with current results. It's up to me to change their minds. So pick up a few games, stay tuned, and I will see you hopefully still at Accrington for the next episode. Take care.